Hello and welcome back to No Man's Land. A very wet No Man's Land today for our survival let's play. Possibly episode 30, I'm not sure. I've recorded a lot over the last couple of days. Yeah, so I'm not overly sure. Take a look even in the top right hand corner. You'll see we have 78,292. This leads directly on from the last episode, where I said we were going to aim to get up to 85,000 for another piece of land. The reason we're up to 78 is because we now no longer have any of our oak trees left. They're all gone. A couple of things on trees. Even on the oak trees, I know we had massive issues with the oak trees, and they're just not even just us. There's massive issues in general with them. They're an absolute pain. I've literally spent hours, and I mean hours and hours and hours in real life, cutting down. Was it 11? Did we have 11 oak trees left? And it has took hours. Like, it has been so monotonous. It is unbelievable. And if it wasn't for the fact that I wanted to get this video out, I'd have wrapped it in ages ago because it was just painful. But I carried on. They're all gone. I don't want to put oak trees up again. Definitely unless they get a fix. I'm not putting up oak trees up again. However, huge, I was going to say massive, but huge amounts of profit. Considering I spent £2,000, and that's all I put in, 2 pallets worth, £2,000 on them trees. You could even argue the price that we paid for the bit of equipment to do it. However, we're going to carry on using that, so I'd argue against that. But even if you put that in, massive amount of profit. I think it probably worked out at about £8,000 per tree. Where are we looking? In there. So I'd say then it was probably 10 trees that we had. This is the first time I've seen this. I'd say it's probably 10 trees. The fact that we've got 80,559. Yeah, I'd say 10 oak trees. And it's just massive amount. I mean, so that means, I know prices vary and they go up and down, etc. However, that means we've probably, out of our £2,000 paying into pallets, we've probably made around about 160 grand. That is unbelievable. Oh, these have grown as well, haven't they? Have they? Have they grown? I think they might have. These definitely have. These are the spruce or pine, one of them, can't remember. Spruce. Pine. Pine. Definitely pine. They're the pine. They've grown. I don't even know. I'd have to go back through the videos and have a look to see when we put them in, because I don't actually know. Right. The thing we need to do, we've got loads to do there. We've got field number 1, which is over to the left. We've got field number 4. They both need cultivating. That one won't. I was going to say number 1 might even need ploughing, because I've had a good few out of it. So yeah, they both need cultivating. No, it doesn't need ploughing, thankfully. When the rain stops, we've got 2 fields to harvest. Most importantly, we need to get up to 85,000. 85, like every single one on here, 85,000. It's going to be one of them two we get. I'm not even leaning towards one at the minute. I don't know. They've both got trees on it. They've probably got a bit more in it. This one has got more trees on it. That has some area took up by rocks, where that one doesn't. so I'm leaning more towards 27 possibly. I'll have to have a look when we get to it, but we need to get up to that. Right, canola says it's going down. Next month would be the highest. What are we in now? October. Oats are at 5.74. I actually took notes, I think, last time. Just check, because I'm sure we were selling oats. When we sold our oats last time, it was at 600 and odd. Oats 620 we sold at last time. Let's see what's our eggs at. So our eggs are going up. Eggs we actually sold at 1200 last time, but if we've got some eggs, if that'll help us get up to, in fact, anything, if we can sell anything, that's going to help us get up to 85 grand, because yeah, we have, there's some there, because all that's going to happen is we're going to is that how much is it? It's 14,000 litres per, I didn't know that, I thought it was 1,000. All that's going to happen is we're going to get up to midnight and we're going to lose 1,600 again, and that's what I want to avoid, because on this series at the minute it's going to change. It's slowly been changing since we first started. The cunning plan that I had from about, I don't know, episode 4, it's still in play, however it's just not gone as quickly as I would have liked it. Yeah. I'll get the trailer, that's another thing I was going to check. Lettuce and tomatoes. Tomatoes is, I can't remember what we sold lettuce at last time. They're going anywhere because I want the money. And it's not like we can combine. Now, when I did these before, when I sold the tomatoes a couple of episodes ago, wasn't it? These pallets were an absolute pain. It looked awful. I'll do one. If it looks alright, I'll carry on doing them, but if it looks like it did last time, and if the pallets behave like they did last time, then I'll probably just do them off camera. It's not like we have the luxury of just picking them up with super strength. I mean, why is that doing that? I was right, do you know, like, I was right in between the pallets where they're meant to be. That could have been better. No, we only paid like 2.5 grand for this trailer, but you don't get much trailer for it, do you? There's one thing, in fact it's not just one thing, there's a few things, but one of the things that I really miss from the mods on 19 are some of the trailers. I loved, and I apologise, and it's highly unlikely that the person or people who created it is watching. However, the old bale trailer, I think it was called, on 19, it was sort of wooden slats, a lot of them sort of broken, and I think the bodywork was red on it, the metal frame on it. I loved that trailer. I can't remember which series I had it on, whether it was on I don't think it was on Jack Pine, it might have been on Greenlands. Absolutely loved it. Do you know what I don't love? Tip now trailer. Oh my word. Right. I'm going to get these stacked off camera and I'll be back. Okay, as you can see, slight change of plan. They were absolutely, utterly unbelievable. The lettuce pallets in particular. Getting them on the pallet forks and they were just either shooting forward. The eggs did as well actually. It was only the tomatoes were a bit better behaved, but the others utterly impossible to stack, even just to keep on the forks. And sticking to the forks as well. So the only way I got them off here is by using the bottom of the pallets and the side of the trailer. Otherwise, they weren't coming off. So we're bringing everything up as a one-er. I think we've got 3 tomatoes, 3 lettuce, and not 3 full things of eggs. Now, I'm pretty concerned that some of these won't sell because the pallets aren't sort of downwards on the trailer. So there might have to be some jigging around when we get up here. So let's see what we make. Right, well some things are going, which is a good start. Still moving. It's them 2 lettuce pallets that I'm concerned about. Oh, one's tipped over, that might start selling now then. Yeah, it has. Need these to tip over. There's another one. See how they'll only sell once they're sort of flat. Well, not fully flat, but even partially. I think something else just started selling there. See, it's not recognising some of them, is it? What if I try to unlock it? I know, highly unrealistic, however, we're kind of battling against some dodgy game mechanics here. Are we gonna get to the 85 grand here? Or are we just, do you know what, we're gonna be just short, aren't we? These tomatoes selling for around 500 per 1,000 litres. That's alright, I can get that one going. So, we've got crop to sell, and that will get us. How's that selling? That's selling. Brilliant. Fantastic. So, just while we're on there, I've put them back to selling because it was just utterly ridiculous. But anyway, they will get changed back at some point, just not now. Where are we at? Sold produce, what we get there? So they've counted as 2, harvest income and sold products. So we're looking at 6 grand, aren't we? We'll take that. So that puts us up to 84,414. So just under €600 and we've got the magic number. Right, let's go find something else to sell. You'll see we have 4,601 litres of oats. That's what I've decided to sell. We're going to keep the canola because I think there might be a bigger difference between the canola hitting top price to the oats hitting top price. We don't need the oats, they're not for any animals. We don't need the canola for any animals, but like I said, I think we'll get a bigger jump in the canola, and we've still got a canola field to harvest as well. So we'll get these. This will take us over, and then we will go and buy some more land. And there's kind of an argument. Am I best off buying more land, or am I best off putting the 80 odd grand into more equipment? So equipment, I'm meaning lime spreaders, wrong one, a mulcher, a roller, stone picker, or is it better to spend the money, not have all that equipment, but have the basic equipment to increase field size, so increase the amount of crop, maybe not the quality, but the amount of crop that we can we can output. So yeah, that's the argument. I think it's quite clear, and I think the best option is to buy a new piece of land. If you disagree, by all means, tell us why I'm wrong in the comments, because we'll be at this stage again, and I'd like to, I mean it'll be too late for this one obviously, but we will be at this stage again where we have this much money and we looking to buy a new piece of land, and then I'll take those comments on board. I mean, if I just look at the used machinery, that's unreal, isn't it? I mean, for the type of series we're doing, and then we're looking at vehicles like that. I know there's that mulcher. I think I'm leaning towards that one over there, you know. To the point where I think we'll go and have a look. I'm not going to get any cultivating done here, am I? Right, let's get round here. In fact, we might as well just go to the top of here. Top of field number 4. Right, let's get up. Brilliant. So, if we buy 27, if you look at the top edge of our field, it basically runs along there and just keeps going. So we could extend that field up to that track there. We could extend this field all the way down there and back up, and then that leaves us with another massive area over there, and them trees, well, loads of trees scattered around, but them there and them there. Whereas if we go for, it'll look better on the other one. If we go for 25, We do get them trees there, we do get them trees. We could extend that all the way along. I just think 27 gives us more options. Although they are very similar, I'll say that. Right. We're going with 27. We're on. I don't even know because I haven't got my laptop in front of us to see, but I think we're on episode 30. And that's how long it's took us to buy our first bit of land. 85 grand's worth. But I think it's going to be worth it. I hope it's going to be worth it. What I want to do is, before we start ploughing things up, I want to be able to find some sort of mower and have the ability to do something with the grass. I just don't want to plough it in again because it seems a waste. I'll have to have a think. Right, shall we get one, if not both, of these fields cultivated? I think that might be an idea. That is what I don't know what I'm going to do with that now, because whilst the pallet forks aren't performing the way they should, do I really need this? I don't know that I do. But then for the money I'll get back, it might not be worth it. Tell you what else is interesting as well. Now that I've got a second bit of land, is it worth keeping the tree planter? Because I think now I'm going to be able to generate enough money without having the need to put more of my own trees in. So could I possibly sell that? Right, how much down here? Forestry, where's forestry? There. So I mean that says 7.2, but if I took it up to the store I'd get more. Even if I got 8, that gives us 10, and you can definitely buy a front mower for less than 10. I mean, one of the big issues would be is if it was a front mower, it would have to be the Steyr, and would it be able to run it? Because even though it's 115 horsepower, I have no idea what the horsepower is in its current state. I don't know, I'll have to have a look. I know I've put quite a few mods on lately as well, so whether there's a couple of cheaper mowers in Mod Hub, I don't know, or even what I've already put on. I'll have to have a look, but before I'll do that before I do anything, because like I said, I don't want to waste the grass. It just seems pointless. I know there's them silos, isn't there, the ones with used tyres. I don't know how much they are, but that's a possibility. And I'd even do, if I could afford something like that, don't say I've been missing the edge. Oh, you have me on. if I could afford to do something like that, I'd even wait until we had space, because I think we'd get too much grass for one silo, so I'd even wait to plough it up. Just so we sort of maximising what we get of it. I mean, if it was worth doing, the bits we cut and then plough up, I could even put grass seed back in, couldn't I? Because I remember the game that I had going on FS19 on No Man's Land, I had huge grass fields that I ploughed up and then reseeded them as grass so I could treat them and sort of do the job properly. They were all up right next to the store. It was the three fields that when you first come out the store, the one straight ahead and then the ones either side, they were my grass fields, and you would make a fortune. I mean, granted I wasn't on hard mode, and by the point I was doing that, I had all the biggest and best machinery that you could want. Right, what I'm going to do, I'm going to put a time lapse on. We're going to get this done. I'll probably do, in fact no probably about it, I will definitely do field number 4 as well. How much I'll show in the time lapse, I don't know, because I know this video is always going to, already going to be quite long. But we'll get cracking with that, and then we'll come back. Okay, so just a few more runs left, and that's both of these fields done. I know obviously we've just spent 85 grand on a new bit of land, but I felt like it was quite important to sort of keep the farm ticking over, not to sort of get carried away that we were able to spend that much money. So I was quite keen to get this, to get these turned over really. And the next episode we'll definitely drill them, 100% we'll do that. Because I mean, the natural thing would be to move straight into our new piece of land and sort of trying to do stuff with that, but if it's not going to be an overall benefit, then sort of my opinion would be why bother? Why? I think it would be more important to keep what we've got ticking over, keep the money coming in, and then work on that when we've got nothing else to do, because we've seen since I've started putting the crops in that take a longer time to grow, that there is days or months where we don't have that much to do, and I think that's the only thing that's kind of stopping us going to 2-day months at the minute. I say that's the only thing, it's totally not. The main reason I'm not going to 2-day months is the amount of interest we'll be paying on the loan. That is why we're not going to 2-day months. But still, I think we've got enough time to nearly press the wrong button. trying to put a worker on. Only not. Yeah. We've still got time to be able to do both. Right, so that is them two fields cultivated. I know it's still a mess with them rocks, but at the minute I think 22 grand is the cheapest rock picker at the minute. So it's going to be a while until we get one of them. But today I would say it has been an absolute roaring success. We have sold our tomatoes, sold our lettuce, sold what eggs we had, sold our oats, but we've managed to get this, which for me is just well worth it. So that's where we're going to leave it. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again in the next one.